So today we are going to be talking about lot sizes and your margin. So at the bottom of your screen on your mobile, on your desktop platform, or if you have it up on your phone, you are going to be seeing balance and a figure, equity and a figure, margin, free margin, and margin level percentage. So the balance basically represents your account balance. Your account balance does not change when you have open positions. So when you have open positions, your account balance does not change until you actually close off a position. So for example, if you have a $10,000 account and you have an open position of $1,000 plus $1,000, your balance is still going to say 10,000. When that trade is actually closed, then the profit or loss is added or subtracted from your account. So if you close the trade with $1,000, then your balance would go to $11,000. But if you lost $1,000 and you close that trade, then your balance will go to $9,000. Alright, so your balance doesn't change until your open positions are actually closed off. Your equity represents your balance plus or minus your open positions. So for instance, in the example I gave before, if you had a $10,000 account and you were up $1,000, your balance would still be 10,000, but your equity would be 11,000. All right. If you were down $1,000, your equity would be $9,000. But all that means is the equity is taken into account your open positions as they move. So that's why if you watch the screen here, my balance is 62.10, but my equity is 61.24 because I'm currently down $85.87 on these open positions. If I was positive, my equity would be more than my balance. Alright, so that's the equity. Your margin. So your margin is what the broker requires you to have, the minimum the broker requires you to have in your trading account in order to be in the positions that you are in. So for instance, for some pairs, to trade by one standard lot will cost you $200. Alright? So if you have a $400 account, it means if you max out the account, now this is not what we do, but just for the example, if you have $400 in your account, you can only place 2 standard lot trades maximum because you need to have $200 for each lot minimum in your account. Alright, so the margin is a figure that the broker has up front, and as you go along, you will learn it. On average, for every lot that you place, it's roughly 200 or 2 something. Now that margin varies based on your broker platform. So for some would be 400, for some would be 500. So it varies based on your leverage with the broker account or the broker that you open the account with. Alright, but the margin is calculated like that. Your free margin is next, and that free margin is calculated. That's the difference between your equity and your margin. So the 61.24 that you have, remember this figure changes as your open positions move. Your margin stays the same, and the free margin is basically adjusting as well. It's moving as well, because it's going to be able to tell you what you use this for is to be able to determine how many more positions you can comfortably take if you wanted to place more than one trade. Alright, so this figure moves, your equity moves, and your free margin moves. Alright, and because again it's the difference between the equity and the margin, so that's why this figure would be adjusted. And the margin level is just a percentage of this that I just explained, the difference in terms of what's open and what's not open. What's important now is the lot sizes. So I showed you how to place a trade in an earlier video, right? But let's say we wanted to place a trade here and we click new position, and you see where it says volume? In volume is where you type in how much you want to place your trade by. What's important to note here is that the easiest way to remember it is 1. If you type in 1 here, 1.00, that represents 10 US dollars per pip. So if I am risking $50, that means if I'm risking 50 pips, it means that by putting in one lot, I would be risking 50 by 10, $500 on this particular trade. Alright? So that is what you use the volume or the lot size for. Now, based on your account balance again, you would have to determine how many lots are you going to place. A good place to be is to risk 2 to max 5% per trade. If you are risking 5% of your account, so what does that mean? If you have a $1,000 account, 5% of that is going to be $50. Alright, 5% is going to be $50. So that means if I have a trade with 50 pips risk, I want to be trading by a dollar. A dollar would be 0.10. Because remember, 1 is 10, 0.1 would be $1 per pip, and 0.01 would be 10 cents per pip. Alright, so if I have a trade, however, that's 100 pip risk, then it means for me to risk that same $50, I need to adjust the lot size to maybe 0.05, because that will be 5 cents by the $100. 50 cents, sorry, by the $100, not 5 cents. 50 cents, so 0.05 would be 50 cents by the $100, and you would be risking, by the 100 pips, sorry, and you would be risking the $50. Same risk and larger stop loss. All you did was adjusted the lot size or the volume. So the easiest way to calculate it is you have to have your stop loss from your analysis. Once you know the stop loss and you know, all right, I'm risking 5% of my account or 2% of my account, you can literally just find 2% of your account. That's how much you want to risk, and then divide the stop loss, divide how much you want to risk by your stop loss, so that you get how many lots you should be trading by. That's the easiest way to do it. After a while, you will get accustomed and you'll be able to work it out a bit faster, but that is the easiest way to do it. And then that way you are not over trading your account, and also you control the risk in your account.